Hey everybody, this is Hybrid, and today I'll be reviewing Avengers Assemble issue number 1 called The Avengers Protocol Part 1. It was released early for free on iTunes, so I thought I'd get it, check it out, and review it, because I reviewed the last series, and I usually review these series until I get sick of it or kind of just don't watch it anymore. Now, one thing that really bugged me, I'm just going to say off the bat, one thing that bugged me was Jeff Loeb, I think it was Jeff Loeb, he said this series isn't a cancellation and a reboot of the last show, it's a continuation. It continues off the story, whatever. That is bullshit. It's a lie, not true by any means. And the reason why, I'm just gonna say it now. In this show, or in Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, when the season ended, and these aren't all the characters, but characters that were Avengers we were introduced to, or at least honorary members, had some sort of association with them is Guardians of the Galaxy, Fantastic Four, War Machine, Winter Soldier, Hulk, Black Widow, Miss Marvel, Vision, Marvel, Captain Marvel, to some degree, Hawkeye, Yellow Jacket / Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Wolverine, the Falcon, Doc Samson, Luke Cage, Scott Lang Ant-Man, Black Panther, the Wasp, and Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, all of them were Avengers to some degree, or at least honorary members, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, Luke Cage. They were all part of the New Avengers, or Secret Avengers. I think it was New Avengers. They were part of the New Avengers team, and the Avengers had faced people like Galactus, Kang, the Conqueror, Doctor Doom. They faced, obviously, Red Skull, Hydra, etc. And it was an amazing show. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because it was a really good show. Just get my point across. They said this was a continuation of that show. Now, in this episode, Tony Stark, or Iron Man, calls in the Avengers once again because they've disbanded, and he gets them together, I guess. He assembles them, so to speak, pun intended. He says that he hand-selected the people of the threat they're facing. The people he selects in to be Avengers, so to speak, are the Hulk, Captain America. Well, Captain America is the reason why. He gets attacked by Red Skull, something happens. I don't want to spoil it. So, excluding Captain America and excluding Iron Man, because Iron Man is the one who calls everybody, he calls Hawkeye, Black Widow, Thor, Hulk, and Falcon, a.k.a. the movie Avengers team, which is all of them with Cap and Iron Man, minus Falcon, but most likely Falcon will be joining them after Captain America 2, since he's a main character in there. Which, honestly, I was just very disappointed. I thought, hey, what happened to War Machine, Winter Soldier? If this has to do with Captain America and Red Skull, why wouldn't you call Winter Soldier? He has knowledge on both those people. Why wouldn't you call Miss Marvel? What happened to Wasp? What happened to Ant? What happened to Yellow Jacket? Things like that, if this was a continuation. But what gave it away to me that this was just a reboot to make it more like the movie versions of everything was the fact that when they called Falcon, and the first thing that Jarvis, yet again, Jarvis is not a butler anymore, he is all AI now. But anyways, Jarvis offers Sam Wilson and by the way, Sam Wilson is a SHIELD agent, just like he will be in the MCU, so, yeah. But anyways, Sam Wilson gets offered the War Machine armor, which was a dead giveaway. It was kind of, at first I was like, but what about Rhodey? Because Rhodey wears the War Machine armor. Even in Earth's Mightiest Heroes, he wore the War Machine armor. He appeared as War Machine in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So I was like, what happened to him? But Sam Wilson doesn't want that. He wants the Redbird suit. I think that's what they codenamed it. Falcon suit. And even though it looks essentially the same, to a degree, it's not. Like, it has a different design a bit on the body. And also, it operates differently. Iron Man made the Falcon suit in this show's universe. And Sam Wilson is a young person. I guess we'll be following him throughout the show. So, all in all, the animation, I didn't hate the animation at all. Just like I didn't hate Earth's Mightiest Heroes animation. I thought that was the visual style of the show, and it worked with the show. Now, with this show, though, I was happy it wasn't like Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm just going to say that now. I was really worried about that. And even though I've been told it's all in the same universe, which kind of makes sense considering Man of Action's involved with both series now, they didn't have the Family Guy joking stuff cut right in the middle of the action or cut right in the middle of the dialogue stuff happening, which is great. Also, another thing I did like about this show was the fact that, well, one thing I kind of didn't like was the fact that the voice actors, they didn't get the same voice actors. They're all different voice actors, which kind of sounded weird for Thor's voice actor, first off, but I did like how they kind of didn't disrespect the characters, and that's a really important thing. Like, usually they'll do something stupid like have, I don't know, Hawkeye, or not Hawkeye, they'll have like Thor and Hulk fight, and just like out of the blue, one character is majorly stronger than the other. They played it safe. They had them seemingly kind of evenly matched to a degree. I did not like, though, Black Widow. I didn't like her character, or not her character, but I didn't really feel like she needed to be here, honestly. Like, I know they put her in because of the movies, but at the same time, it's like, really? She didn't really add anything at all besides more shield presence to the Avengers than it needs already. Because unlike, well, alright, well, in the comics, at least, the comics, Avengers is not, part of shield. They're separate. But I guess in this, they're trying to make it more like the MCU, which shield is all over the Avengers. So, yeah. One thing that did kind of catch me off guard, though, is when they were in Antarctica for one of the parts of the show, Black Widow and Hawkeye, they have no protection whatsoever against the cold elements. Like Thor, he'll be okay. He's been in Jotunheim. That's all cold, much colder than Antarctica. Hulk, I can see him being okay, but Hawkeye's just sleeveless, chilling, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, same thing with Black Widow wearing a skin-tight suit. I just thought that was kind of odd. But overall, I've kind of complained a lot about this episode, but I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I am still disappointed. I feel lied to, that we were told it was a continuation, and it obviously is not a continuation. And I'm just going to do some theories now. To make it more like the MCU, most likely they're going to involve Extremis in some way. By the way, Red Skull is now a part of the Super Soldier program, which he was not in the comics originally, and also he was not a part of that in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So, yet again, this is basically MCU cartoon universe, which is kind of disappointing because, the comics are supposed to influence the movies. It's not supposed to be the movies influence the comics. But whatever, I give it a 7 out of 10. I'd say go watch it, especially because it's free on iTunes right now. But you don't have to DVR it. You're not missing anything. Pretty much all you need to know is if you watch the Avengers movie, you're good. So, yeah, I might sound a little disappointed because I just kind of, I actually for once listened to Jeff Loeb, like what he said, and I got my hopes up, and my hopes kind of went down. But, yeah.